Hey, welcome back to another Copy AI live demo. Today, I'm going to show you how to create better content with AI. So if you're joining me live, thanks for being here today. We've got a few things we're going to cover for sure. But as always, we like to work with you. So if you're here live, I would like to help you out today. So drop a comment below. Let me know where you're hanging out from, and I can actually write some content for your business today in our demo. So we're going to cover a few things to help you create better content that will attract customers and help you build your brand. There are a lot of different things you can do with Copy AI, but this is a very popular use case. When it comes to writing content, how do you use it to grow your business? So a few things to keep in mind here: solve your audience's pain points, answer frequently asked questions, get inspired by other content creators. And where AI can fit in here is helping you do the market research, brainstorm content ideas, and write your first draft. All right, so that's today's demo. Thank you for hanging out today. We're going to log right in here. And what's up, Terry? I see Karen. Is that Terry Walsh? I think way back when. Terry, good to see you. Charles, welcome, welcome. And let me go ahead and there we go. Costa Rica. There you go. What's up? Dave, you got a comment here. Could you use my companion as an example to build creative copy or company, not companion? Sure. Dave, let me know some details about your business and I'll try to help you out today. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the comments below. The inspiration for today's training came from an article from, I believe it's Neha Oberoi. Cool name, Neha. And she wrote an article called "How to Create Better Content for Your Business," and it was on the actual Microsoft blog. But what's really cool is she mentioned Copy AI in it, and it's one of her go-to tools for creating content. And a few of the highlights here I wanted to point out. You can check out this article on your own. You can just look it up, "How to Create Better Content for Your Business." It's on the Microsoft website. But if we scan down here, a few of the key things that I wanted to highlight and share with you today were found down here towards the bottom. So a few points that she made. First off, right here, digging deep into your target market psyche will help you produce content content ideas to attract your audience. And that's one way, get into their psyche. And you can do this through research. So the example she gave is, if you're a nutritionist, the following are some questions you could research to find more about your target market and create content that resonates. So what are they struggling with? What do they want to achieve? How does your ideal client feel right now before working with you or finding your solution? How does my ideal client want to feel after working with you? Why would my client want to use your service? Then how can you help them? Some basic questions here, but again, we often overlook this and don't incorporate this into our content strategy. So today I'm going to show you how to use AI to do some of this. And these are some really good takeaways that can help you with your content marketing, especially as we get into the new year. It's very simple stuff, but again, execution is key. You can know all this and have these ideas, but if you don't do anything about it, then you're not going to get ahead in your marketing and your branding. So a few things here: FAQs, pain points, surveys. What's really cool about using Copy AI is it's kind of like a massive survey. It's pretty much done the research for you. It's done all of this market research, and it can help you surface the most important things that you can talk about very easily. So you don't have to do this manual one-on-one, getting to know your audience that well. That's always a good idea to do that, but you can do this at scale without wasting a lot of time. You can test ideas out much faster. So consider using AI as like a place to conduct market research. This is actually one of the examples that she gave here. A site that she goes to for inspiration using Copy AI is one of the best ways to do that because it helps you tap into the power of artificial intelligence. Answer the Public is another good one here to check out what people are asking. It's kind of a great place to get FAQs and insights on what people are looking for in your area of interest. Blog, obviously, just researching other content creators is a great way to get inspiration. So customer comments, podcast, YouTube, and then your own journey. And again, the AI can actually do a lot of this for you. It's already scanned all the forums, public content, books, blog posts, podcasts, YouTubes. It actually has already done that for you. So we're going to dive in today and show you how you can use Copy AI to do that research and even write your content way faster. All right, so let's take a look here at the comments coming in. Wow, we got a couple. Raleigh, North Carolina. Welcome. What's up, Sharon? Karen in Las Vegas. Welcome, Victoria. All right, so before I dive in, I'm going to do a couple quick demos. But while I'm doing that, if you want me to write some content for your business, just tell me about it below. I saw a question already asking if we could use you as an example. Just give me a quick rundown of what you do, who you help, and I'll go through this process for your business. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here at Copy AI. When you get started, this is what you'll see. You'll have some popular places to get started up here. The blog post wizard is really popular if you're trying to write blog content. We have some demos on the YouTube channel you can check out if you haven't seen those yet. Go ahead and check them out there. We did one recently, a full tour on how to write blog content. There are other tools like the Instagram captions tool for very specific use cases. And that's one of the popular ones right there. You'll also notice on the left side over here, you can scan through a whole list of over 90 tools that do very specific things. We'll explore some of those today, but that's a little bit of an older use case of Copy AI. Where it has evolved is into really two main tools, the blog post wizard and the freestyle tool. And what's cool is the AI is getting better and better. So the freestyle tool actually allows you to just tell it what you want to create, and then it can figure it out for you. The other tools over here are going to be trained specifically on certain tasks. So they're not going to be as creative, or you don't have as much flexibility with them. So if you're trying to write website copy and you choose, event copy, call to action, it'll just write very simple, like call to action, links, ideas, hero text, headlines, listicle ideas, meta descriptions. And that can be useful if you have something very specific you want to create. You can find a tool that can do that for you, and it's probably going to be pretty effective. Digital ad copy is great. Product descriptions is a really popular one for just basic describing a product, make it sound more appealing and move on. Email content, social media is another big one here. So lots of cool creative things you can come up with. So if you're not sure what to create, that's a good starting point. Take a look at what tools are available. Also, I really recommend checking out the templates. So this is a little bit newer technology here that the team put together. The template section on the left, if you open that up, this will actually give you a starting point using the freestyle tool. So if I zoom in a little bit, you can see it better. Let's look here at social media content. Let's just say you want to create some great content around some tips or knowledge that you have. You want to, do a recap of an event, share a secret. Let's try the share a secret one here. Let's click on that and start a new project. What this does is it opens the freestyle tool, which you can find at any time just by typing it in over here in the tool section. Click on the freestyle tool and it will open up. But the nice thing about the templates is they preload some content. So you can get a feel and a good starting point of what you can actually tell the AI to do. And also it gives you a starting point of what kind of inputs to include, what kind of details or context you can share with it. So in this case, we're saying, hey, what do we want to create? Well, let's just share a secret social media post. Type of post, share an industry secret, your thoughts, anything that's creative, content can help you attract more customers. So let's just do better content can help you attract more customers. And you can even tell it what perspective to write in. So you can tell it to write in the first person. So it's coming from you. And you can give it a tone here, another variable you can play around with. There's some pre-built tones that are really great. And you can start with a friendly one if you're not really sure. It's a good neutral tone. But if you have a more specific style of talking, you could find one of these other tones. And another thing to try is typing in your own tone. It's a little bit more experimental and creative, but your most 5 recent tones will show up here. So if you type in whatever you want, you could say, let's just say, I've been trying this one recently. I want to see if it can figure it out. AppSumo. I really like their style of writing. So I'm gonna try using an AppSumo tone. It's a little bit more uh, fun, edgy, and right to the point. We'll see what it comes up with. All right, let's see here. A quick secret. So it's coming up with social media content, taking that one little idea I gave it, better content can help you attract customers. And now it's going to give me a bunch of ideas on how to get that across. So check this out. It's actually providing some value in this one. And it's using that concept of like sharing a secret. So just making your content more interesting. And that's just one style of content you can create. But you can see here how it's just expanding on it. You can browse through it. We've all heard it before. But what does that mean? Well, it's giving me some great points here to mention. I can go ahead and save that if I want to find it later. Within each project, you'll have a saved tab up here in the top right. And you can also use this editor on the side to start to copy and edit things over here. You can also edit right in here if you want. But if you want to have a nice, handy saved like notepad on the side here, you can use that. There's other features that are included on the editor on the side. You'll notice some styling options up here. You can even use some more advanced styling, and that can help you kind of organize things. So if we go ahead and say post number one, styling there. And what's also cool is if there's something you want to expand on, you'll notice over here, this little thing says press tab to write more. So you have some additional functionality over here in the editor. You can click tab and it will scan the text before and after and help you add in some stuff in between. So if we look here, it gives me 5 different options of some other content that you could put in there. The other cool thing is if you don't quite like the way it's written, you can highlight a sentence and click that rewrite, and it will give you, again, a few different options to pull from to replace that content. All right, there you go. So you can just swap it out. Pretty easy. But that is the basic rundown of how to use the freestyle tool. You see here, starting with the templates is a great place to get a feel for it, see what types of variables you can include. And in the description of this video, I also included a link to this resource that gives you a bunch more ideas. So the team has put together a huge list for you. And what you can do is open it up. There's a link below in this video. You can check it out here, how to use the templates and freestyle tool. And over here, the input commands is a really helpful one. So if we open that up, I'm going to show you today some things we're going to try when it comes to identifying pain points and solving problems for your audience and to create better content. If you scan down here, you'll see a bunch of ideas. This one is the example I just gave you. Share a secret, share tips and knowledge, write an educational post, tell a personal story, explain something, common mistakes people make. All these are great ideas and great ways to enhance your content. And you could really just put this in here. If you know like common mistakes that come up, you can just type that in. And then we just say the topic, let's just say, sales emails. You can literally just type in any topic that you want to share content about and tell it, what are you looking to create? Common mistakes people make. And let's just say a social media post to share common mistakes that people make. Topic, sales emails. And I'm going to use that AppSumo style. I don't know. I just like the way that they write. So if you have like an influencer or someone that the AI would probably have scanned or knows about, you can try writing in their name here, right? Celebrities or authors or popular blogs. It can try to emulate some of their style. So if we scan through here, common mistakes. All right, there you go. We got a list of some great tips. And then some of these are just really interesting too. So you can actually write really more compelling copy by studying the way that it positions it, right? So if you're scanning through social media, and you see a post, it's like, hey, sales emails are the lifeblood of your business. Without them, you'd be stuck with no way to grow. Whether that's true or not, it's pretty bold. So what's the problem? Well, here you go. It's diving into a problem, and now it's trying to solve it, and it's giving some tips as well. So you can take any topic here and come up with common mistakes, address their pain points and concerns, and provide some value. All right, so a few tips right there. Again, you can just go ahead and start saving this content. Let me zoom out a little bit for you. There you go. Let's say I like this one here. We can copy that. Maybe we've got another post. And you can really just line up weeks and days worth of content right here, and you can use this in different places. All right, let me pause there and let's take a look at some of the comments coming in. Welcome from Ohio. All right. Let's see here. Terry, you got a question. I don't know about a workflow of writing an article, then making the hashtags and Instagram posts. How to flow from article to extraction into hashtags and Instagram posts and emails. Got it. Good question there. So, what's really cool, Terry, is you're going to see some actually a new feature or product coming out from Copy.ai called workflows. And that'll be coming out early next year, which will help you with multiple step processes like that. So we'll have more cool stuff to share around that to simplify this common task of like a multi-step workflow that you want to do over and over again. A lot of updates coming on that, but for now, you could do it manually. And the way you'll do that is, let's see here, write the article. So a few tools I would recommend there. There's a hashtag tool, hashtag generator. And again, you can just type that in the search bar there. We can open up that tool. And now let's just say the topic is, let's say your article or whatever is on writing. Let's go ahead and just change that up. Great. Sales emails. It'll give you some hashtag ideas. Sales email writing, writing strategies, sales copywriting, email closing, plenty of hashtag ideas there. So I would just use the hashtag generator to handle that one piece of the pie here. And as far as writing like a summary of the article, that would probably be a freestyle tool. So a quick promote my latest blog article. And this is a cool example here. If you have a repetitive task like this, what you can come up with is your own template. So if you'll say like blog title, key takeaway, and link, or like problem it solves, I don't know, link and I don't know, maybe a helpful tip, whatever you want to share in your content. Let's just say how to write better sales emails, problem it solves, close more sales for your business. This is super generic, but helpful tip. Let's just be lazy and not even include that link. I'll just do an example link. And maybe the tone here could be excited. Now, if you find a repetitive thing like that, let's just try this out real quick. Promote my latest blog article. This would be like the final piece from what I'm gathering from you is like this process of writing the content, come up with hashtags or keywords, and then finally you want to announce it and share it. Look at this. It's jam-packed with tips and advice that'll help you your business close more sales and make you feel like a boss while doing it. Here's the link. Not bad. Struggling to get those sales? We've got the solution for you. We offer some tips for writing better sales emails. We know that writing great emails is tough, but it's really worth it when you see the results. Look at all these different examples of how you can promote this. I mean, that's definitely eye-catching. All right, so that would be a final process here. And what you could do if you see like a repetitive thing like this that you do over and over, you can actually save this as a new custom template. So when I save that, I'll have the chance to name that, I could just keep that, promote my latest blog article. And you can put in here some of the details. You can even give it those brackets so that it'll be just one click to change that next time. So you can do something like this and even keep that tone in there. Go ahead and save that. And now when you go into templates, you'll have your own templates saved. So if I go ahead and I'll just search here. Let's say promote There it is, promote my latest blog article. I'll click on that. I could start a new project or update the current project. Now it'll load that in and check it out. It actually, because I put the brackets in there, I can just click on that and say, why every business needs a lead generator, problem it solves, grow your list, and convert more sales link. Let's just keep that blank. So you see there, that same thing. I just come in here and open up that template, swap out this couple of variables, and now we're going to get a list of some great promotional content to promote that blog. The other thing to look at, if you're not quite, this is where it can take some experimenting. If it's not quite getting the style that you want, experiment with the tone. And you could also experiment with giving it a little bit more context. You could say something like a target audience. So you can niche down a little bit here and be more specific as to who you're talking to and describe their pain points, their problems a little bit. And it can start to weave that in and create much more compelling content for your audience. So if we're saying lead generator, we could say even like the phase of the journey that they're in, like new entrepreneurs trying to build an online business, but aren't sure what they need to do, right? So if you're targeting like newbies, you can just specify that, and now it'll really cater your copy to those kind of people. If you're targeting people already making 6 figures or more, they've been in business for a while, it's gonna have a different tone, right? You might wanna have more of an expert tone, more optimization and tweaking, like a more advanced kind of language. But if you're targeting the new entrepreneur, then it's gonna, speak to them a little bit more. Sometimes it's really obvious and blatant, but you'll notice within some of the copy, it'll give you more nuanced language as well. So sometimes it just hits you right in the head with like, "Hey, are you new?" But other times it's better at, being more subtle with it, and even in the middle sections of the content, can give you a little bit more creative angles that speaks more to their current situation. All right, let me pause there. We covered a lot on that one, but let me know if that helped, Terry. Yeah, workflows are coming. Okay, let's see. I was making folders to put in each piece, article, then summary, hashtag, then caption. Yeah, that's one way to do it. You could create a folder that might be a little bit extensive. Honestly, I would probably just pull stuff out and create and host it somewhere else. As far as like creating folders for all that, you could create a folder for each article and then have projects within that. One is the actual like blog, one is the hashtags. That's an option for sure. But within a project, let me just show you the process here of if you were to create a blog, the final step would take you back into that single project. So I would probably call this blog title, let's say, how to write a great sales email. Could even be more niche down for, online coaches looking to generate, let's say, online biz. Let's do health coaches generate for income. Let's just try that out, and we'll do do an educational tone here. Let me show you this process of writing the entire blog. If you were looking at a process like this, sentence lines, body copy, giving me some structure. I'm going to regenerate that, see what else I can come up with. We could do some keywords, but not needed. Subject line, greeting. I want some more tips. Let's see if it can give us a better structure for some high-level tips. All right, that's pretty in-depth. Let me see. I want a higher level. You just keep clicking 3 things you need to include. Inspire trust, elements. That's pretty compelling. All right, let's try that one. So it's giving me a high-level section by section outline of this blog. And now it's going to give me The talking points within each section, you could do the same thing, regenerate those. So guides it a little bit here. And let's go ahead and just generate. Just want to show you this whole process. So using the blog post wizard, if that's what you've been using, can get you a first draft written up on any topic. Gives you a good intro here. And if we keep scanning down, it gives you the conclusion, some content. Let's continue on. You have this page here. You can use all the styling and editing and other tools like adding more text and rewriting stuff. But let's assume you're good to go. Up here in the top right, you can use the tools. So this will take you back in. And now you have that saved over here. So this project now has the whole outline. What I would probably do is just use that same strategy now as hashtag generator. Maybe at the top or the bottom, you could say like hashtags. And let's just say what's it about. You can also say like keywords. Again, this would be a way to keep it all just in one project. You don't have to create folders and then different things. You can just use all the different tools right here and use the editor to save all that in one place. All right, let's copy that and say hashtags. Let's use the keyword generator, same thing. I'll just use that first one there for time. You could use the meta descriptions if that's another thing that you do. Let's see, describe your product. Blog about, write a great sales email. I don't know if excited, we just use a friendly. Again, that neutral tone would make more sense for some of these just tasks. All right, that looks pretty good. We'll do meta description. That's how I would do it. You could even come up with ideas for the title of the blog. Let's do the freestyle tool and let's just say a list of 5 blog title ideas. And let's just say blog article. And we'll say target audience. All right, so I'm giving it context again, and I want to write a list of 5 blog titles. Let's say that will attract my ideal customer. And let's do something like, educational is fine. Do title ideas. So how to write, let's see, 3 simple steps. An easy way to increase your client conversion rates with sales emails. I mean, that's pretty eye-catching, right? So just scanning through here using the freestyle tool, we're scanning through, we're looking at, okay, what kind of titles jump out? 5 important tips. All right, so sometimes it gets confusing. It might start giving you tips, which, it's not always perfect, but you're getting a mixed bag here of results. And so putting a list of and then a number can help you generate like lists of shorter text. So just looking at a few of these, that one's pretty good. I could save that and come up with some ideas here. Maybe I'll just get some ideas written out in this stage. We could try generating again. Just clicking that button again, it'll give us a new batch, and it's always writing from scratch, so it's new stuff every time. And it will factor in that number sometimes. So keep that in mind when I tell it to write a list of and I put a number. You may see that repeated a lot, but you can swap that out or just ignore it if you're seeing it too much. Let's see. It's not quite understanding. A list of blog titles. Maybe not ideas. List of 5 eye-catching blog titles that will attract my ideal customer. So if you're not getting the results you want, consider these variables. What am I telling it to create? What's the context I'm giving it? What's the tone? Let's see. 10 minutes or less. That's a pretty compelling one. How to create more revenue with better sales emails. That's definitely compelling. So these right there are already much better. and it's even giving me ideas. So some of these are more on point than others. But again, solving these problems, multiple things, you can keep it all organized in one project, and using the editor can make that easier for you. All right, let's see here. Cool, awesome, making folders. So hopefully this was okay, cool, easier for you, gonna make your life simpler. Yeah, so shorter blog posts. Here's a cool tip. So in that link that I gave you guys, a lot of and this is a point you made, Terry, is understanding um, what to ask the AI. This is a list for you guys, so be sure to check it out. In the description of this video, there is a link, and look right here how to use the templates and freestyle tool. When you click on that, it'll open up a list right here. If you look at input commands, that'll give you a bunch of ideas on the types of content or types of commands you can tell it. So write 3 tips, right? So a lot of these shorter things that I saw, you can just tell it to like explain something. Look through this list here of what you want to ask the AI to do. Let's see. You can even have it like come up with a list of tweets, case studies. You can obviously selling is really good. It's really good at selling anything. So you can have it pitch your thing, write a sales email. It's pretty cool. Send an email. Let's see here. Repurposing content. This is getting better. It's not quite as good right now. List of ideas. This is really useful for brainstorming. So a list of questions, list of benefits, list of, pain points. Right. So we saw in that earlier, looking at, where to find content inspiration. Pain points are really key for that. And sorry, I'm covering this up. Pain points are really key. Common questions, pain points. It's a good starting point. So if we look here at that list, right, a list of pain points, let's say it's around that topic of writing sales emails. Let's do a list of pain points. And maybe we can say a list of 10 pain points. And now I can just give it enough, that same context, and maybe it can help us come up with, let's just do, I'll stick with educational. We'll try that out. And the tone doesn't matter as much because we're not writing longer form content here. So the tone isn't as important. Let's see here, list of 10 pain points. Not knowing how to generate leads, not knowing what to do with all the leads, not knowing how to identify their target audience. All right, let's see here. Their ideal client looks like, not knowing how to price themselves. Okay, potential pain points. Okay, here we go. More on topic. And if I zoom in for you, who to send your emails to. Feel like you're writing the same emails over and over again and don't know how to create effective subject line. Okay, this is a little bit more on point. Aren't sure how to write the copy for your sales emails so that it actually sells and convinces people to buy from you. So look at the outline here. If you wanted to create content around this topic, just asking the AI to surface 10 pain points and telling it the topic and then who it's for, you can just do your market research here in like 2 seconds. All right. So finding pain points is way easier. This can give you a week's worth of content, a month's worth of content, a year's worth of content. Just if that's all you wanted to do is write about this one thing, you have all these ideas here of the pain points. Not sure what to write. Don't have time to write. Energy, creative energy. Don't even know if you're doing it right. Don't know how to get started. Feel like you're wasting your time. Your head is spinning. Not sounding too salesy. See how it's like any topic. So let's try another topic on that point, and then I'll look at some more questions. But that's just to finish this thought here. Using the project, the editor within the project to house all the content that you need can be really useful. And let's go ahead and go back over to this one. And we've got about 20 minutes left. So I'm going to get to some questions and then we'll dive in and do some more demos. Yeah, Victoria, welcome. Thanks and actually it's not even a free trial. You can actually use there's a free version that gives you, I believe, like 2,000 words a month. So you can use the free version as long as you like. It's totally totally free, but obviously upgrading is going to give you all the words you need, right? So if you're trying it out, can you use it for commercial purposes? Yes, you can use all the content for commercial purposes. So have fun with that. It's free. Have at it. All the content generated is original and it's yours to use. But you'll probably run out of free credits pretty fast. So it is really meant to be like small use cases for free. But if you upgrade, you'll get all the words you need. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Jack, welcome. Mind showing how to write a personalized cold email with a compliment. Yeah, let's try that out. So let me go back over here and let's just take a look here at the projects. And you could see that the one right here, it actually pulled in. Sorry, I'm zooming a little bit for you. It pulled in the title of that blog, and now that project is all in one place. So if I open that back up again, we can see if we go back in, actually it pulls up this view. So all the content that we wrote in there is right here. If we want to use the tools, it just drops it back in here. And you can name the project up here in the top. So just to finalize that thought, writing a cold email, I would look first at the templates over here on the left. And in those templates, you can even just search for cold outreach email. And let's go ahead and start a new project. So I'll hide this. So I'll click on that. I search for cold outreach email, and let's start a new project. And you want to have a compliment in the first line. So that's a very specific command. And right now it's not 100% effective at listening to exactly what you want. It's going to get better here pretty soon. The team's working on some really cool stuff to make it follow your instructions better. But right now, here's a good starting point. The freestyle tool opens up when you click that template. You see a cold outreach email. It gives you some variables to fill in. And down here, you'll actually see it gives it some prompts of like what to do. So it says make a personal connection, focus on a relevant pain point, expand on how you can help them, provide a plan for next steps. So you wanted to have a compliment in the first line. So let's just add that in. Include a compliment, or let's say start with a compliment in the first line. The details here, I'm going to just leave that blank. I'll just put my name here. Information about them. They have a great local coffee shop here in Austin, Texas. Let's just say I'm targeting to one of the local coffee shop. Goal, let them know I can help them with their local marketing and book a free consult. So let's just say something like that. Friendly, let's try that out. So I just told it, the only thing I added here was start with a compliment in the first line. Let's see if it can handle that. All right, pretty good. I noticed you have a great local coffee. I want to see if I can help you with the marketing efforts. A little rough. Let's keep scanning. Wanted to reach out and say I was so impressed with the coffee shop you have here in Austin. All right, it's a little bit blunt. Huge fan of, boom, put their business name. All right, definitely more of a compliment there. That one handled it pretty well. You know, that's a really quick and simple email. So a few of those are pretty good. If you're not seeing what you want, again, try giving it some other commands here. Maybe share some tips if you want to share a link to some like case studies. Obviously, you can edit this after too. This is really just meant to give you the first draft. Not seeing it as good there. All right, it's my favorite here in Austin. All right, that's a pretty good compliment. Some ideas for compliments. Cool. Yeah, it's doing a decent job of handling that. If you give it some more nuance, like an interesting thing, information about them, you know, they just if you give it some details, it can pull from that a little bit more. They have a great bagel. I don't know. Start to weave that in a little bit. It'll look for opportunities to weave in any nuance that you share with it. And that's a nice compliment. I like how this one even transitions. For what I've seen online, it sounds like you're doing a lot of great things, but one thing I noticed is you don't seem to focus on social marketing. So it kind of brings up the pain point, talking to them about their struggles. So yeah, it's doing a decent job here of cold outreach, connecting with them around the pain point. You see the things it's trying to incorporate. If you give it enough information, it can use that and bring that into your content. So on this one, Antonio, the point I was trying to make earlier that I think I didn't quite get to is if you look at this list, there's actually a great one here that is worth checking out. So a 1 to 2 minute read. What you can do is look right here, a section of a blog with a specific structure or key points. You can actually use the freestyle tool to write up sections of a blog. And maybe if you just want a quick little read, it can handle most of that for you. So when you go to that link, there's the description of the video, or a link in the description of the video. Scan down here to write a section of a blog with specific structure or key points. And I shared a really cool example. So this is one that came up in the Facebook group. They had a, what are you looking to create? A blog section. The topic, let me zoom in for you. Romantic places in London, section topic, the London Eye, structure of the section. And all they really had to do was swap out the section topic. So if we try that, let me go ahead and just try it out here. A section of a blog article. We could say blog topic, writing great sales emails, section topic. Say headline is the subject line is the most important part. And you can even give it like section structure if you want to have more details. Structure, say like start, identify the problem, share the opportunity, give tips to solve the problem, include a key takeaway. You don't have to do this, but if you wanted to, again, you can give it some additional guidance. Let's make this educational. So shorter blog ideas or shorter educational content in general, you could use this strategy to give it context of like the bigger goal here. And the other thing you could include, as I mentioned earlier, is the target audience, so it knows who you're talking to. But this here will help it narrow in, since I told it a section and we gave it the section topic. Let's see how it handled that. So it came up with the problem, the opportunity. It's a catch their eye, gives them the opportunity. Here's some tips. And if it runs out there, again, you could use that strategy earlier of using the editor, drop it in, and then you can continue writing, clicking that tab option. That gets you started. Pretty good stuff there. We can scan down and get different ideas as well. Give some examples, what you should do. Pretty cool that it comes up with examples for you as well. Pretty good stuff here. You see how it's giving me some good content. Now, if you wanted to just do something like introduction, right? This is how you can just slap together a few different sections of an article. This is also useful for, I've helped people do course creation with this, video scripts, anything you want to like package together, a few sections of content. Let's write the introduction. Let's see here. This one looks a little bit better. All right, so really just scanning through this, grabbing what you need and putting it together. So you can write the intro, a couple tips, conclusion, done. So that's one way to write a shorter one, doing like one section at a time or a little chunk of content at a time. Giving it the structure like this will get that done. All right, let's take a look here at some more questions. So that was for you, Antonio. Hey, Amanda, thanks for hanging out. How to write a personalized. Okay, Jack, we got to that one. All right, Amanda. Got a new product I'll bring to market shortly. I tried using the AI tool for product description. I believe it gave me a warning. Yeah, sometimes there are some filters on certain types of content, and that's coming from the underlying layer. OpenAI is the company that kind of built all this, and they do have some filters. So if you're running into filters, try to make it more like general educational content. But yeah, you may run into some issues there. Adult content, any like violent stuff or political stuff, it tries to avoid that just because the AI is kind of unpredictable and it can go down some like, paths that aren't really appropriate or can get kind of dark. So they had to create some kind of line of where they block out certain content. So you're going to definitely bump into that, Amanda. And the best advice I can give to you is try to be just maybe more creative. Talk about like pain points. Use the AI for different things. Bringing up like pain points, concerns, fears that they have. Storytelling could be useful. If we look here at this list of input ideas, let's see here. Maybe more benefit driven, like why they would want to buy your product, the ultimate benefits. It may be able to describe some of that. That's not pushing the boundaries. So right here, how to use the templates and freestyle tool. If we look at the input commands here, let me see what might come up. If we do some depth, perspectives, who this is for. So problem ideas, a list of 10 outcomes my customer is hoping for, 10 fears and doubts that they're feeling right now. This is what I mean by that market research. You can pop that in and just say any topic here, and it can help you surface some like creative ideas or angles. And then some of those may not be as sensitive to write about. So you don't have to, maybe the AI can't write some of the copy for you, but there could be other general concepts that you could share that the AI can handle and could get you at least some of those tasks done with AI. The rest of it, you may have to fill in the gaps a little bit with your own writing. All right, let's see. Victoria, glad that helped. Amanda, let me know if that answered. Yeah, I can't control too much of the some of the filters, and honestly, it's a tricky time. Like the AI it may not work for your industry. That's the problem. That's just the truth. So you'd have to find workarounds on, again, the types of content that does work, because even the Copy AI team doesn't have as much control over that as if let me pause here and just give a quick rundown of like how all this stuff works, and we'll just take a quick break because speed to first draft is the big benefit here, and I want to show you some of the behind the scenes of how this tech actually works so you have a better understanding. So these are the common use cases here. Obviously, you can do a lot of different tasks. Let me get into something really cool. These are some just big highlights of what it can do for you, but here's how it works. So quick overview, this underlying technology, just so you guys know, OpenAI started this up a few years back, 2015. They put in over $1 billion to start this research center. Microsoft came in 2019 with another $1 billion to pursue the holy grail of artificial intelligence. And they trained it on all this public content. So books, Wikipedia, 8 years of public web content. So it has a wide understanding of all this content. And it got a lot smarter from 2019 to 2020, 100 times more powerful. And it's actually improving much faster now. So this coming year, 2023, you're going to see some huge leaps and bounds in its awareness, its ability to understand concepts. It's getting better really fast. So this really is the future of content creation, and it's now in all of our hands. The cool thing is we all have access to it for very affordable price points. With Copy.ai, it's building on top of that layer. So this underlying layer, OpenAI, I mean, we're talking multi-billion-dollar company. They are rolling this out slowly, and they are being very careful with it because things can get really dangerous in some ways with this powerful technology. So they're rolling it out very slowly. And that's where we're all kind of at the whim of some of their rules and guidelines because they are trying to be very careful. So you see in 2020, it started to release and became commercially viable, but they've had a lot of filters on it. And it's actually even much more powerful than we all have access to right now, but they're slowly rolling this out so they can monitor it closely. So when you run into content filters and blocks like that, we're kind of all at the whim of some of their controls there at OpenAI. And it's a huge task that they're taking on. So I'm sorry if you're running into issues. There's not a lot we can do about it. What Copy.ai is doing is building on top of this to give you an interface to help you solve some of these common tasks that you see: blog writing, sales copywriting, just general creative angles and market research. You can do all that right there in a simple interface, and it can save the content for you. And eventually it'll help you with like multi-step processes and tasks and workflows. So that's what the Copy.ai team is building. They're also building their own proprietary AI on top of that will help you enhance your content, improve it, edit it, all these cool tasks that will save you a ton of time. So that's what you're getting with Copy.ai. Some things are a little bit out of the control. The team is looking at other AI providers and sources, but right now OpenAI is by far the most powerful platform to give you this technology. The thing to keep in mind is it's going to get you about 90% of the way done in a few seconds. You've seen that in this demo today. The last 10%, you're going to need to edit and refine. Be sure to check for any facts, stats, or quotes. Right now, it's not very good at citing sources. It is pulling from its knowledge base, so it's a predictive model based on what it knows. So it's going to be pretty accurate and true for most things. But that final little bit of refining that down and putting your stamp of approval on it before you share it, that's up to you. It's your responsibility to edit that before you share it. It'll get you close, but sometimes you need to fix it before you post it. All right, so that is a quick rundown just to cover any of those frustrations you might be facing. I'm sorry about that. But for now, there's not a lot we can do on sensitive subjects with the AI technology. All right, I'm going to give you guys one more last chance to write your questions. If you're still here, last chance, post them in the comments. I'm happy to help out. Let's recap what we went through today. Right here, we've covered, solving your audience's pain points is one of the best ways to create better content. Answering frequently asked questions. Let's try that one out right now. So let's say we've got this topic. Let me go ahead and just say topic, writing great sales emails. Again, you can type in any topic there and it will handle it. We'll just go with the friendly here and let's come up with a list of, I want to try that one first. Again, telling it to give you a list of pain points, fears, doubts. These are all things that can help you with ideation for your content. Wasting time and money, not sure they're good enough to be in this field. Those are some pretty deep ones. Feel like they don't know where to start, what to do, what to say in their email. These are pretty deep. Okay, so pain points. That's an obvious one. Let's look here at a list of 10 frequently asked questions. Okay, so this is again doing that market research with AI to make better content that will attract your ideal customer. What's the secret? How do I write great? Look at this. This could turn into an outline for a video, for content. What's the best way to keep someone interested in my message? How do I end my email without sounding too salesy? Should I include links? How often should I send out my email to my customers? These are great questions that you should solve. Now, if you were to grab those and you had a list here, how do I write? Let's see. Like any of these could turn into content. So what you would then do is say an answer a frequently asked question. All right, I can just say the topic and then we'll say the question. And let's just do maybe an educational tone here. So all I'm doing now is coming up with the questions, and the next step could be to answer the question. So we've just given it enough context to know what the topic is and what the question is. Let's see. Look at that. That could be a really good answer. We've got more answers right here. You could even do this if you get questions in a community or if you're looking online and you're browsing like questions that come up. Do the same thing. Pop it in here. What's the topic? What's the question? You could even put in additional variables like the target audience, who this is for, like who's asking it. Additional context will help you create more unique content. And finally, the tone. If you want to have like ridiculous tones, you could experiment with that. If you have a unique personality or style that you're trying to write in, that could obviously be a really fun thing to play with. But in general, that's a really simple way to come up with great content really fast that is going to solve problems for your audience. And then getting inspired by other content creators. What's really cool is you could use that same strategy. If you listen to a podcast or you read an article or you watch a video, you could say, share some thoughts to provide value to my audience. And let's say we've heard something, topic, thoughts. Um, you could really just say like, don't be afraid to make a hard pitch. Maybe that's a key point you want to share. You could put in some additional, just kind of brain dump some things that you want to share with it. People are looking for answers to their problems. Again, I would do this if you're getting inspired by some conversation that you hear or some article that you read. It's your job to explain how you solve their problem and then motivate them to take action. All right, so I'm giving it some thoughts. Share some thoughts, provide value to my audience, the topic, my thoughts. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, so this is how you can just turn rough ideas. You're not copying other people's things, but you're taking your own takeaways from other content that you consume. And now I can weave that into a nice, clean, helpful bit of content. Right? Look at this. All these different angles of taking what you just wrote in there, a rough idea, making it beautiful and clean. There it is. You're getting your thoughts out of your head. This is great for tweets, quick social media posts. It could even be inspiration to help you start, a quick little video or TikTok. And you can even tell it to, format, include a few key tips and takeaways. You want to add some additional context, tell it to do it. Let's see if it can add a few key tips and takeaways. We are right at the hour, so I'm going to have to pause there. I'll take a look at one more time at the questions. Here are a few key tips to keep in mind. Like that's really good you see that on Twitter all the time. A few key tips there, done. So now anytime you're listening to content, watching something, you can be inspired, turn it into your own unique angles right here with Copy AI. All right, let's pause there and take a look. Hey, Amanda. Sure thing. Glad that helped you out. I'm sorry for any limitations you're running into. Hopefully that can be resolved in the future when it gets understands nuance a little bit better. That's really just where it is. They had to draw the line somewhere. And so when certain words pop up, they pretty much just block those for now. I think in the coming year or two, we'll see the AI get more awareness and understanding of different topics. So I would expect to see some more flexibility there. But I'm glad you're finding other use cases for it for different topics or industries that you're working in. All right, that's it for today. I'm going to wrap up there. Thanks for hanging out. Go ahead and try it out for yourself. Follow along. Go back through this video. Check out the other demos on the YouTube channel if there's other specific things that you're trying to use Copy AI for. But today you learned a lot about how to write better content with AI. And thank you again to Neha for writing this article for Microsoft. Props to you. And you guys can go check her out on, I think she's pretty big on Instagram if you want to follow her for more tips. And she is also using Copy AI for her content creation. So Neha.social on Instagram. We appreciate the shout out and for using Copy AI. That's all for today. This was fun. And let me just see here. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.